What's up, Star Wars fans? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. I haven't talked Resistance in since last week, I don't think, and I didn't share my thoughts on the last episode. I don't know when I'm going to get around to doing my Resistance reviews. It'll probably be whenever they take a break in December, and that's when I'll get that out. But anyway, we got a preview for the next episode of Star Wars Resistance. It's entitled Are You a Spy? And the episode is going to be called Secrets and Holograms. So let's check it out.
So now, why exactly were you in my father's office again?
Oh, right, I wanted to see how the other half lived, so,
Kasuda, be honest with me. Are you a spy?
Me? A spy? Why would you think...
Father found out you used to be a pilot for the New Republic, and I keep a very close eye on my father's business. So, I wonder, what are you doing here? Really?
I'm not a spy. That's ridiculous. I quit the Navy to become a racer. That's all.
You better go, Kaz.
Thanks.
No, thank you.
All right, so I think there's going to be more going on in this episode than what we saw. Of course, you know, it's titled Are You a Spy? I can't remember what Doza's daughter's name is, but her dad runs the Colossus pretty much. And you know, you've seen me show images of him up in his office talking with Captain Phasma. I don't remember if it was the last episode. I think it was the episode before this last one, because that one mostly dealt with that last week's episode mostly dealt with Yeager's backstory, and we met his brother and learned the whole thing with them racing and how they fell out, but how their family they've kind of are starting to repair those that wounded relationship between the two brothers. Of course, it also shot down my theory. I wasn't really sticking to that. The Yeager could be Finn's father. We found out what happened with Yeager's family is that his brother used that whatever that fuel was called that came up in another episode as well, and why Yeager was kind of saving it is that he used it during a race to cheat, and he caused a big explosion that killed Yeager's wife and his daughter. But it's I guess it's good because now the episodes are starting to build upon each other. We're finally getting some kind of story where it's like, okay, this episode builds on this one, builds on this one, builds on all of these other things, right? So in a previous episode where Kaz was indeed, when he got into the tower with the help of Hype Phazon, and he was spying on, what is his name, Commander Doza, something like that. And we saw that red pilot. I don't remember. I haven't done my review, so that's why I don't know people's names, because I have to like write all this stuff down, and so I've got to actually go back and like start watching the episodes from the beginning so I can have a list of this is who this person is, this is who this person is, right? So I guess I really need to get into those reviews so I can keep the characters' names straight in my head, especially since this is all building on stuff going on within the First Order, which ties into the episode 9 top band theory videos that I've been leaking out to you guys, right? Where I've been talking about, I think the First Order is going to get split into factions. The First Order is bigger than just Snoke and Kylo Ren and Hux, right? And this show has given us an idea of the little intricacies, the more of the chain of command within the First Order, right, is that we see, you know, Commander Pike wears gold armor or bronze or whatever, and he's under Phasma, and then this red dude who appears to be kind of over the First Order's kind of navy, like the pilots, I mean, right? So we're and it's like, well, where are they during The Last Jedi? Where are they during The Force Awakens? Maybe they died on Starkiller Base. We don't know, right? But I think this episode, of course, going back to last week or a previous week's episode, I think it was the one involving the pirates, you know, Kaz kind of says, I don't think I'm the only spy here. And Yeager's like, you're not the only spy, right? So we're going to find out that the Colossus might be a place where the spies, where it's a lot of spies, right? It's a whole lot of people hanging out. We saw that in The Force Awakens, right? With, what's the chick? Delilah Dawson wrote the first novel about her. She was kind of a bounty hunter. She retrieved some item. She may have been the one who found Darth Vader's the helmet that gets delivered to Kylo Ren. But in the book, The Perfect Weapon, she goes and finds some item that some stormtroopers had pretty much died trying to protect or something, and she retrieves that item and delivers it to the First Order. We see her in The Force Awakens. She's there in Maz's castle. She's the one that alerts the First Order, hey, the BB-8 unit, the BB unit droid you're looking for, yo, is here. The Millennium Falcon's here. So is Han Solo. Get down here, right? The Colossus is sounding like is a place a lot like Maz's castle, right? You got First Order sympathizers and people who are loyal to the Resistance or maybe working with the Resistance. So we might find out that Kaz is not the only spy here, right? So I think this is going to be a great episode as far as pushing the story forward. Last week's episode, there are no filler episodes. We got filler in the sense that it's filling in the details on another character. Don't use filler. Of course, the people who probably hated filler episodes and Rebels are probably not watching Resistance, and that's okay. But like I said, that set up the backstory for Yeager. It introduced this other racer, another person of color in the Star Wars universe who has a speaking part and helps propel someone's story forward, which was cool. But this, as far as what's going on with Kaz's mission and the First Order, the Resistance, and things leading up to The Force Awakens and beyond, because that's what we're being told about this series, is that it's going to take us beyond The Force Awakens as well. My hopes are that this episode is really going to push that story forward. But those are my thoughts. I'd like to hear yours. So, I mean, first off, if you're watching Resistance, how are you enjoying it? And just hearing that it's going to continue to tell another storyline that exists in parallel with what we're seeing in the movies, and it's going to continue to push the story forward. Does that make you excited? And then what are your thoughts? What do you think we're going to learn in this episode as far as about Kaz and his mission and other things going on within on the Colossus, right? And then I guess a third question, because we've seen Doza's daughter in images with Kaz, but so far we've only really seen her a few times, right? When we see the aces, when Kaz hid in her room, and when he raced her. And I think it's pretty evident that Kaz is kind of there. I think there's going to be a little bit of a chemistry between them, right? Kaz struck out with Sonara, but hey, man, he's still on the hunt, and I think he's going to keep chasing that because she's really got him on the hunt, right? I think there's some chemistry between them. So what do you think this is going to do as far as their relationship? So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Continue to support the channel. You can do that by checking out more videos on Star Wars Resistance that I've posted, or you can check out my top theories heading into episode 9 series that I've been pushing out lately. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.